Oh, hi there. Welcome to Shogi in the West, an English language podcast for active Shogi players and Shogi learners around the world. In this podcast, we focus on the topics and the people that matter to those of us outside Japan trying to find our way in the game. This week's guest is Benjamin. Benjamin is a strong Shogi player and Shogi promoter living in Malaysia. In the most recent International Shogi Forum tournament for top amateurs around the world, Benjamin qualified as the Malaysia representative and competed in Japan, thereby achieving a dream that many of us hold dear. Welcome to the podcast, and have you played any Shogi today?
Yeah, I've been playing since when I wake up. It's been, I think I've been grinding shogi for a long time already. Even though I have like few stoppers in sometimes, but if given the chance, like I'm free for the day, or maybe I have nothing to do, I will normally just play shogi at my home. Or maybe if there's like weekly meetups in Malaysia, I will go. But in this occasion, I don't think I did because it's a bit far if I want to go to the meetup. So yeah, it requires a lot of like transportation. So yeah.
So that's every week there is a group that meets.
Yep. It's in the Japan Club of Kuala Lumpur. So it's basically like for me it's like 1 or 2 hours drive.
Mm.
I can drive right now. So it's normally like 1 or 2 hour drive if it's not jam. So it should be fine. But I don't go there weekly because like maybe at that day I have like something to do that I might not be joining. But most of the time I will try to like participate in this. But I think the problem is since it's mainly focusing on Japanese people in Malaysia, so you rarely see like any Malaysian players, or even there is normally someone we know, or like I ask them to join. So yeah, they will come with me, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. We have a similar situation like that by us where it sounds almost exactly the same where there's the Japantown in San Francisco. It's like an hour or so away from me. It's usually depending on traffic. And when I first started going there, I don't know if it was like 2 years or so ago. It was primarily Japanese players that I
Mm.
saw, and the two leaders of the club are Japanese people, and but the club has changed over that time. We've gotten a bunch more members, and it seems like maybe some of the other members didn't come. So, like, how many people does yours have? I wonder how many. As you were saying this, I'm sort of wondering in my head. This is we don't really have to even talk about this. I'm just wondering how many situations like that there are in the world of shogi where there's a group like in a Japan town or a Japanese cultural area, and they play shogi, but not necessarily sort of growing that community, because it sounded like that might have been the case in Vietnam as well. But anyway, yeah. So where was I going with that? How many people are at that club or
So
group?
so I think the interesting part is that the club itself is not like mainly focusing on shogi. So basically, it's something
Mm.
like let's say it's like a school and there's like a lot of clubs. Let's say there's a Go club, there's a Kendo club, something like that. Shogi is just part of it.
Oh.
So you can join like this membership, and when you join the membership, you are free to put your kids or anything to any of the club they like lah. That's basically like the like the perks of the membership. So if I want to say how many people, it's rare, it's like very hard to estimate, but normally it's just like 6 to 8 people. Mostly it's just Japanese kids or some older people that's just having fun in there.
Hmm.
Yep. And there is some strong players. There's always like these 1 2 strong players that when I go, if they go, I might will go, because I will go too, because like uh I'm fine playing with lower cube level players. It's just that uh if I want to like commit to go to there for 2 hours, I at least want to have some fun in shogi. So
Yeah.
I would prefer when the stronger player is going, then I will go, and it will be better because since my Japanese is not really that fluently, I'm scared that I might mistranslate something when I'm analyzing the game. So
Uh,
I think he will help me most of the time because he's quite good at translating my English to Japanese if I make any mistakes.
oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that point about the drive. I have a similar drive every Sunday. I go to a different club. It's about an hour drive to get there, and it's about, with some traffic, an hour and 15 minutes or hour and 30 minutes to get back home. But they're great games. It's an easy drive going out, so it's nice. It's in the morning, so it's not a rough drive. So it's not so bad. It's actually quite nice. And then there's there are really fun, good games whenever I go. So it's always worth it. But yeah, I think that seems to be so important for clubs to have like a good balance, or to at least have enough so that the strong players want to go, and when the strong players are there, they'll also help the beginning players. Yeah, yeah. So you are generally the strongest player at these meetups, or
I would say so because I think since I came back to play shogi like maybe a few months ago,
oh,
and when I come back to the club again because I was studying on another state in Malaysia, so I didn't have time to go there. Even when I come back to my hometown, I still were reluctant to go there because like I'm still feeling burned from shogi that time. So I just came back for a few months, and when I go for the last few months, I've been losing to the one I've been talking about. His name is Daisuke-san.
mm,
He's a very strong player, and at the start of our meetup, I would lose to him most of the time, and but now I think after the event, I've been winning a lot. I think most of it, if you want to say, it's
interesting.
all like it's a very interesting game because we played we normally play he'll play Gangi and I'll play like GQ Sen, something like that. So it will always lead to a very chaotic end game where
Mm,
I always like have a leg out because maybe he missed something or we play on a time where it takes a long time, so like it will rush something or we'll miss mid or something, so it will turn the table very often. So it was very fun playing with him.
yeah. Oh, I love hearing about that because it reminds me of the games that I play against the player that I play most over the board. We each have our style, and so the games all are very, they're all very similar, but they have, they each have their variety. So it's really fun, and it gives me a chance to think about ways to approach the same type of game, over and over. I love that. I love that. You said you mentioned time. So what time control do you usually play?
If we are in the club, normally we don't play on a time control
Mm,
because because the club is mostly kids
okay.
and we don't want them to like have pressure playing on time. So
Okay.
we just play because if for us, I'm fine with time control, but if it's for the kids, they'll feel pressure to make the move, so we just don't use time.
I
But
see.
if I'm playing with Daisuke-san, normally we will play Fisher 5 minutes,
Oh, wow.
if you know, yeah. So since we play either 5 minutes of Fisher or 10 minutes of Fisher,
Uh,
5 second rule, yeah.
okay. Oh, wow. So you said 5-second increment on there?
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
So
Wow.
at the
Wow.
angle, you will see both of us will be blitzing the move, and the ball will go flying around. So
I'm
that's very fun.
I'm curious. How did you come to that time control? How did you decide on that?
Uh, I because I feel like we are not really for I think personally our country is not really that far as in Vietnam or United States that we have like a legit time control,
Hmm.
like there's like a clock for it. We normally just use the phone clock, like the
Oh,
chess
okay.
clock in here. So at first we don't really have any good clocks that has Byoyomi
Mm.
since it's hard to find something that has Byoyomi in the website. So we just use it for the chess. Let's say like at the ISF, since we don't have the clock, we just play like 30 minutes, and if you run out the 30 minutes, and you will just lose, something
Okay.
like that. And the feature is because we want to make the game quick, because our game will always last for the entire session.
Yeah.
So it will feel so we feel like we need to play very fast so that we can have chance to let other players play with us.
That
So
exactly. That's why when at our club, when it was just the two of us, we would play with clocks, and then we started getting new members, mostly sort of at the beginner level, and we started playing with we stopped playing with clocks because it was intimidating, but now we've started playing with clocks again, just so that our games don't go too long, so that we could, we are the only people playing with the clock, and then so that we can play other people, and it's worked out. It's definitely worked out. But can we just step back, because you something you said fascinated me, where you had stopped playing. So what is, like, what's your shogi history? How did you start? Why did you start? How did you get good? All that kind of stuff.
uh so if I want to go back, I think I have a very strong memory when I start shogi. Is when I think is before COVID-19, or it was at the break, but it still haven't reached to Malaysia.
Okay.
That's where I started no shogi on the anime Ryo no Shikoto.
Ah.
So I watched the anime and I feel like, oh, that's a kind of, because me myself, I think my family don't really have that big of a board game culture. It's just
Mm,
that me and my brother, when we were young, we will play something like Monopoly, anything that is board game related at our home.
uh,
So we at that time we will pick up chess. We are not good. We just know something, and we know the mate in four. We
mm,
always try that on each other. So I think that's the earliest memory I know about board game, something chess related or shogi related. So when I saw the anime is about shogi, and I was very fascinated. Oh, the titles, like, oh, what kind of titles? It's very very different from chess. So I started to look up for the resources. I didn't I didn't find Hidachi's video first. I think I remember is when I finished watching, or when I was during watching the anime, I go look it up on the Play Store or App Store
okay.
if it's iPhone. I do search up Shogi, and I think I remember my first game was the very very basic Shogi thing where you only play with the AI.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think I even tried to like know the pieces. I just started playing it, something like that. I think I was at school during the time, and after the school I was started like blitz some moves in, throw some moves in, and when I lose I was like, oh, I lose,
Mm,
okay. Then I just didn't do anything. I think is when I think I have a very good memory about it. I think it's 2020 or 2019, where it's like September 31 is when I first play in Shogi Wars,
ah.
because uh I think it's because I saw someone play in YouTube or something like that, or maybe I just found out the app gradually, so I started playing on it. I remember when I started playing my first game, it was during my family trip going to somewhere in Malaysia. So we are on like my mom was driving and we were going to a trip, and I have nothing to do. I was sitting at the back of the car. I was thinking like what to do. So I was like, oh, maybe we can try shogi. And I remember, I think I did record my first game of shogi at Shogi Wars. I remember vividly is Shikembisha,
Mm,
and the game was, of course it's not good, because I still have not no knowledge, little to none of knowledge. So I think I just know the how to move, but I just don't know like any tactics or anything
yeah.
that's relatively good at anything. So I remember I played like at least, because the drive to the destination was like 4 hours. So I think I played for like 50 games just for that trip, and
Wow.
during the trip I'm still playing it. So I think that's the first memory I remember when I play shogi. And then it comes to a point where after I played shogi wars, then I think I saw Hidachi's video, and that's when I started playing on 81 dojo.
Okay.
So that's when I started to like know about some kind of moves, because when I watched Hidaji's video, they will teach about like the castles or something like that. I didn't know that because I'm still new.
Wow.
So yeah, after that, I just started. I think I just started playing on 81 Dojo after like maybe half a year, something like that. I don't really remember the timeline, but maybe it's half a year. Then I just realized about 81 Dojo, so I started playing there. And then I was just a normal player. It's not that I'm very good or something. It's just that 81 Dojo is, I think it's more. At first, it's very hard for me because the user interface is very, very plain.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't change for until now. It still didn't change. But for me, that time I just saw a whole name or list, and then I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So it's like very hard to like find a game. But when I eventually grasped it, and I just started playing that because maybe the time control is much more better. I like PoE more. So I started gradually playing there, and then I think I played on and I think I played on and off, or I keep playing. I don't really remember. But at some point, I meet someone also same from Malaysia. He's Jen. If
Yeah.
you know him,
Yeah.
Jen is like the pioneer of Shogi Malaysia. So I think when I was like 5 cube, 6 cube, something like that. He I think he's DM me in 81 Dojo. Was like, hey, do you wanna join our? I don't know if he called us to join our Discord or wanted to meet me up at somewhere. So we start. I think I was like, how old am I? I'm like 16 at the time, but since my family don't really like, hey, you cannot go out or something like that, I was just like, hey, do you want to meet up at this place? We can play shogi together. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Then
Awesome.
we just meet up at a place, and I think we just started playing shogi at that point.
Wow.
So I think that point I was like 4 to 5 cube, something like that.
Okay.
And we played. I think at the first meetup, I still remember very much. At that time, I already changed to being a Urashino player. I mean, I was a Urashino player at Shogi Wars,
Yeah.
but when I reached 81 Dojo, I just stopped playing Urashino because I know it's not that good. It's not that I say the tactic is bad. It's just that I realized that I'm not that kind of playstyle. But I do believe that Urashino teach you the basic way to attack with your silver, your bishop, your four strongest pieces to attack. I think that's a very good way to like starting to like understand the pieces and play eventually great with that. And I think definitely Urashino helped me organize my attack better, even though my attack now is very bad. But I still believe that Urashino helps me like gradually grasp the way of attacking, even though like my shogi was is 0.27
Yeah.
win rate because I was blitzing the whole game. Yeah. So after the meetup, we started.
So the meetup was just the two of you, just Jian and
Yeah,
you?
just the two of me.
Okay.
Two of us. So when we meet up, we played. I think I remember it's a Ibisha versus Shiken Bisha. Jen is a Shiken Bisha player,
Okay.
and I win him in the first one, and he. But then we talk about something like, do you want to like expand shogi, something like that. And at the time, I feel like I thought like shogi was a very well known thing in Malaysia, or I thought because at that time I was still young. I thought like, maybe chess, something like this kind of game would be very well known, but I didn't realize it's very like it's not it's I don't think it's count as niche. It's like basically no one knows in Malaysia, and there's like no known federation at all. Even the one we play currently at the Kuala Lumpur club is just a club. It's not like some real federation like US have or Vietnam has. So he asked me about it, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Because like it's like I'm starting up something when I was young. I was like, hey, why not? So I think we created a Discord, or he has a Discord already. He just invited me in. And I remember there's like one first batch of Malaysian players starting to play in World Shogi League, if you know that,
Yes.
WSL. So
Yes.
there's like a first batch of players starting to play at 20, like before when I played. And I think his name is like Texan or something like that.
Okay.
He was like 1 dan, 2 dan. That's the whole roster for the whole Malaysia team. But after I joined the Discord, I think they just gradually like have things to do in life, or they have much more important stuff to do. They just gradually faded in the realm. I never saw them after I joined the Discord. I just know their name, and they never
Okay.
played in World Shogi League after I joined. So it started from there, and then I think we gradually have like a bit more player. Eventually we have Chrono, if you know him, Malaysia Tudan.
I don't know him.
So
I know the name. I know the username.
yep, yep. So at some point, like me, Chrono, and Jen would three together, because at the time it's like during COVID, so it's hard to go out or anything like that. So we just like have some meetups, and if we have anything to do, both three of us will have like, oh, do you want to go eat for dinner sometimes? Yeah, sure, why not? Because actually now we still live very, it's not near, but it's like 30 minutes 1 hour away,
Okay.
so it should be fine if we meet up somewhere in between. So it should be, yeah, it's very convenient for us. So at that time we were still like try to meet up, and we'll try to meet up every week, like play shogi or just talk about life, something like that. So I think it was during after the lockdown was ended, that's when like the anime convention, if you know anything
Ah,
about that, started to come back. And since like we can't really find a way to like insert shogi in anywhere, so it's hard for us to like say to promote anything about shogi, because even if the people that wants to join, that knows about shogi or wants to join about shogi in Malaysia, they don't really have a real platform to go from, only like at our Discord. But that's like the end point. Like if you don't really go, and or if you don't really come join us at our meetup, like when Jen set up a meetup at somewhere, it's really hard to like find people to continuously participate in the shogi event in Malaysia. So since I think we have like very few players. After that, there's like champion rate, if you know, a three down player, and then some new B players are also is coming to Malaysia. That's when we started to like have a weekly meetup at somewhere in the middle, and then when there's like an anime convention there, I think we will go to some anime convention, and we will set up the whole shogi board, and then we will just like introduce shogi to all the bypasses, that, oh, we have this kind of chair. But I think the most funniest thing is that when we go this kind of convention, and because Malaysia is a very multilingual country, multicultural country, there's like three races in here. So but I think three of us are Chinese. So when every time when we set up these pieces, and the kanji in the shogi pieces is like Chinese, the first thing they come and see is like, is this Chinese chess?
yeah.
Then it's like, no, this is not. I think I've been asked for, since the day of dawn, I've been asked, is this Chinese chess? Is this Chinese chess?
Yeah.
I kind of get frustrated already, but it's not Chinese chess. So we started from there. I think I have some photos. If you don't, I can show you. But
I think I've seen photos and maybe videos that Jen would have shared maybe way back when. I seem to remember seeing photos of I I don't know if it was like anime conventions or if it was like board game conventions. I seem to remember seeing him post photos
yeah,
and
he's
videos
very
of
active
that.
about posting something like that. We will sometimes go to the anime convention, or maybe we'll go to some universities where they have like an event something, and we will just like set up a booth and just spread shogi from there on. But I think is during that time is when I think James started to have a bit he don't really have the passion anymore. It started to gradually fade because the people are not there. And
Yeah.
like even though we played for, I think at that point it's like 2 to 3 years already, it's like that you can't really see the people growing. Like you do see some regulars, like if I want to really say regulars, it's just me, Chrono, Jen, and Champion Ray is someone that I see most of the time. If there is a meetup, or when we ask for a meetup, they will come. It's only these four of us. So it started to, I think for me and for three of us, it's very hard for like to us for like keep meeting up, since that life is catching up, right?
Yeah.
We can't really keep doing this for, we don't get paid, by the way. We just do that just for our passion. And
Yeah.
I think Jen is the one that like do does all these things is where it's like very, as at a point it's very hard to like continue doing it, because maybe the event is running out, or like he just don't have the passion anymore because he don't really see the results there.
That's
And
yeah.
I do understand that, because like every meetup we go, you can see the people's joining become less and less, and the people that were joining started to stop joining. So I think this is like the fire that starts like the Shogi Malaysia a bit, will become a bit like slowed down, if you want to
Yeah.
say
I think that's a
because
common story. Like it feels to me, without even having talked to some of the people involved, it feels like that's a common story in the like in the Western or non-Japanese shogi world, where someone gets very excited, they do a lot of work, and then maybe in a year or 2 years they're not seeing any results, or they're not even that they're not seeing growth, they sort of maybe see a regression, and then they start making less content, or they stop doing something. It seems very common. There are a number of shogi channels, like YouTube channels out there like that, where you see they had this excitement and they did a bunch of stuff, and then their videos maybe get fewer and fewer views, and then they just stop. It's really sad. I don't know how to solve that, or I don't know like
yeah,
why.
I think
Yeah, go
I
on.
think it's a very hard thing to solve. I think I said this multiple times to most of the shogi friends. It's like something about the culture. Since let's compare this to US. Since US most definitely have more board game cultures in Malaysia, like normal households, that you can see like there's a lot more of like GMs, NMs, and IMs in US compared to Malaysia, because just there's just not really any board game cultures in Malaysia.
Oh, really?
So even in chess, we just recently have our new first GM in such a long chess is such a long federation already, and
Yeah.
Malaysia just produced the first GM in at the first time, and it's not really that high of a GM. It's like a 2,600 just promoted GM when he just got the I think the second or the third IM norm, so he
Oh,
promoted to GM, something like that.
I don't know.
So you can really see like the trajectory of the board game culture in Malaysia is not even going up. It's basically like you, even if you have a board game culture in your family household, do you have the passion to do it? Because we what like I think most of the things like this is not profitable. Like you play chess, you don't earn money from chess. So it's a very cruel world where if you don't really earn money from your passion, you don't really do it, because maybe either from your family pressure, or just your passion is not rewarded, something like that. People will stop playing something like this. So
Yeah.
even with
Interesting.
chess, Malaysia don't really have, they have a federation, but it's not really that strong like US or maybe some other countries. So you can really see like how shogi in Malaysia can't really go up, because we are battling something that is already a problem, and we have another problem, is that we just newly established. Chess in Malaysia has been there for like few years, maybe few 10 years, but shogi at that time was just something new, and it's very hard to keep finding consistent player. And the thing is, the biggest problem is the language barrier, because like shogi is a Japanese game
Yeah.
and chess is an English game, so it will be much more easier to find content in chess than in shogi, which most of us have this kind of problem when we were
Yeah.
starting out shogi. And that as a matter of fact, I feel like is why most of the Western or non-Western countries have less shogi player, because even if you did find the passion to play shogi, but where do you like find the resource to like learn? Let's say today you play against a very very weird chicken bishop, and you want to try something that you want to go search up online to know how to play against it,
Yeah.
but everything is in Japanese. So if you don't really have the dedication to put in the time to like learn a bit of Japanese, or at least understand what he's trying to tell you, you basically have you're just fighting a losing battle. Basically,
Yeah.
you need to like go hit up an engine. Even the engine don't, because the thing is the engine doesn't tell you why this move makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's the part where I feel like is the problem there, because engine doesn't some people will say like, oh, why not just hit up an engine if you feel something stuck? But the engine doesn't tell me what they play this move. But let's say even even someone stronger would not understand most of the engine move. So there is a need to have someone that knows about your language to tell you something like, oh, you need to play this move, because let's say if he plays the continuation of this, and you need to play the continuation of this, then
Yeah,
you understand like, oh, that's how I play against this very weird can be sharp player.
exactly.
So next time when you play against it, then you know how to play against, other than like playing blindly and you just lose.
Yeah.
And I think that the problem is that is Malaysia really has like a very we have like a very divided how do you say, player base. Let's say me and Jen and Chrono stays in one place, but other players, they will live in some other states, and they will they not, it's not that they won't not willing to commute to here, but there's not really a point. It's just like a regular meetup, right? So why
Yeah.
not you just play over online?
Yeah.
There's no need of cost of anything. So since like it's very divided in that part, I think like during 2022 or 2023, I there's like no starting Malaysia just don't have any meetups anymore, because Jen has already burned out, and I started my own studies. I just finished my high school stuff, and I need to go to
Congratulations.
university. So each of us have like different things to do at life already. So I think during the segment of 2022 and 2023, we just don't really have anything. Maybe we will still meet up, but we won't be talking about shogi anymore. We just like, just catch up life or something like that.
Ah,
And I feel like during that time, I also feel really burnt out, because like I think at that time I was like one done or two done in 81 dojo. It's just very stuck, because like I don't know if people plays like me, because if I play shogi, I will play from morning till the night. I won't stop. Bec- let's say if I have the passion to play, I will
yeah.
play from morning to stop. I will not stop. Like I can when I wake up, I can start shogi, and I'll play until like when I feel tired, which is like 10 or 12 hours
That's
later.
amazing.
So,
Wait,
but
so
that's
so
not a good thing,
why?
because
Why do you ever ask yourself, like, why are you like that? Why does your passion keep going? And why, like, why, if we can put that into a bottle and sell it, like, how does your passion for shogi get so strong? And how do we
I
make other
think
people feel that same way?
I think the most important thing is yourself, of course. But I think the second is also like the community, like the people surrounding you, is also
Yeah.
very important. It makes you want to learn more.
Yes.
So let's say like during 2022, 2023, I just feel like there's no people to play anymore, because like there's no point of me playing over the board where I think at that time only Chrono can have like a very even match with me. So it would be very boring if I go to any over the board game. I commute like 1 or 2 hours just
Yeah.
to play like Hirate or something like that. It won't be fun. And I think at that point I just feel very burnt out lah. And also my personal game in 81 Dojo is just me blitzing the move, and then I lose. Then I didn't like go analyze. That's like why I play for 10 and 12 hours,
Yeah.
because I will play the game and I didn't analyze. I was like, why I lose? Then I get very mad, and then I start another game, and then I do the same thing again. So that's that's why my win rate was very bad compared to others, because I would just rage playing the whole new game and don't learn anything new. But I think that's just part of my personality, because I just like to play.
Yeah.
And if I was very rich, I would just rage at myself for not being very good, not good enough to win against someone like my level. So every time I play, I will try to play someone 1 or 2 level higher than me. So I feel like at that point, I think I was like two done, and I can't I did win against three done players. Uh uh I think 50% of the time, but it's just
Mm.
that I can't really like have something consistent, like, or something to keep me going, if I want to say it like that. Because at that time when I was playing, Jen was already starting to quit already. I can already see he's not really doing anything anymore. And Chrono just finished his degree and he started to have a job.
Ah,
So at that time, I think I was the only one that's like constantly playing, if I want to say. Or you can maybe see Champions Rate after his
yeah.
shift or his work. I can often see him. So that's, you can't really see any players, like any Malaysian players too. Like even in the past, uh, after we created the Discord, we have like a World Shogi League for Malaysia. We at one point we have like 2 teams, but you can see like we just don't play at all. Like even if we schedule the game, we will sometimes just forget about it, or like, oh,
Mm.
we didn't play the game. So we are the team there is, you can basically say, is kind of dead, if you want to say. So I think at that point, like, because I have no players to play with online over the board, and I keep losing. Or something. I just don't get something, and I just started stop playing. And shogi just becomes something of a bathroom break. Like when I go
Yeah.
bathroom, and I think of like, oh, there's a shogi. Okay, how
Yeah.
about we start out with shogi one and play 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's just like a bathroom break thing at that point. And I think it goes back until 2024, when I was at studying about for my diploma, and Jen or some other players, I kind of forgot, they post something about the ISF.
Yeah.
So the ISF was hosting in I think it's at the same club I just mentioned, at Japan Club of Kuala Lumpur. That's like, I think it was during my SAM also. I think I was at the midterm. I was about to go to my midterm exam already. So I
Wow.
was really thinking of not going because it's very far. I need to fly back to Kuala Lumpur just to play the game.
Wow.
But because at that time I feel like, whoa, since when do we have this kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because Malaysia as a whole, we don't really have the federation, so we were not supposed to be invited to join the ISF.
Ah.
Even now, we are not supposed to. I was not supposed to be a participant, but
Huh.
somehow it just works out. But I will explain that later. So, uh, I think let's set the date of the ISF qualifier is at the October of 11. Let's say it's today. So uh, when I heard about it at like the end of September, I also didn't feel like, oh my god, there's a qualifier, I need to go and train or something like that. It's just that, oh, there's a shogi event that's hosting in Malaysia. Maybe I should participate because I never knew something would come out something so weirdly. So I was like, why not we just participate? And I can like skip my school because I can say, oh, I'm joining the qualifier or something like that. So even when I was back at Malaysia a few days before the tournament, I also didn't like try to know like, oh, is that what opponent is coming, and like who will be joining, or I need to like learn this guy's style and I need to like prevent something like that. I didn't really go and like try and do something. I think I occasionally played shogi, and until when I was at the tournament, only I that day I only played like 1-2 shogi walls before like the match start. So when I reached the venue and the day, I saw I asked Jen if he was joining. He said yes. So I was like, maybe Jen will be there. So it will be at least someone I know
Yeah.
will be there. And then there is Champion Raid also is at there joining the event, and some other players that are mostly beginner. So I think the whole event only have 5 players,
Mm.
5 to 6 player only. So we play like a round robin. I don't want to say it like that, but like most of the game are just because maybe they are just new. So my skill just gradually like beat them, and then I think the most intensive battle will be my game versus champions rate. That's like the deciding match because that will decide who will be joining as the qualifier participant. I remember it's a Mukai Bisha game that I played. Uh, I remember he trades the rook for my his bishop with my rook, but there's no place to drop. I played a very special Mukai Bisha that I created at that time, where if they do trade their bishop with my rook, maybe I can show you in the game, but maybe this podcast is not really accessible. It's something like my generals are protecting the empty space so that if
There's
they
no
did
drop.
trade the rook for the bishop for the rook, they have no place to drop. But I think because of the time also, that time I was playing at 30 minutes only, and the game was it's still very balanced even if he trades the bishop for the rook. It's just that he has no place to drop at my base. That's the only thing. So I think I remember at the middle game, my bishop was promoted. I take the lance and then they block it with the silver. So my bishop at that time, I was calculating, it was kind of trapped. So I was kind of panicking because
Yeah.
oh, my only attacking pieces is getting trapped soon. So I tried, like, I never played like that before, but I tried to like save my bishop because normally I would just like bishop is trapped. I just sack it for something else. But that time I was like trying so hard to like help my bishop out. I was pushing the side pawn because I don't want my bishop to die, and I scared like if the bishop die, it will lost. I will be lost. So I think at some point the game was like the right side was already blown up already. And my bishop is still there, by the way. The bishop is still there. I'm trying to save my bishop. And the game is still I have the double pair of bishops and he has the double pair of rooks. I think I had a very good position. I have like my left side was very wide. Like my king can run a bit far. And when I think I was losing, but I think Champions Rate moved one move wrong, and I catch up on that. So I remember my king was at the 4th rank already, but my bishop was lasering down his king at the middle. So he's also very pressured because the time was only 5 minutes and there's no Byoyomi. So I win by illegal moves, and that's the how the game goes, because like
Nice.
the bishop was eyeing him, and I think he cannot see the bishop was eyeing, and he take the pawn illegally. So I think
Yeah.
I won by that. But at that point, I think I was very, very winning already because my king was about to entry and his rook was very far away, and I don't really have any threats.
So
So
I'm so interested in the fact that you do. So you came up with this idea where you play Mukai Bisha and then you trade off the rook for the bishop, and but all your spaces are covered, because it's amazing to me that you're saying this, because that's a position that I sometimes find myself in. You know, when the opponent does that, like when the opponent does what you did, and I'm sitting there with my rook in hand, and I've got nowhere to drop it, and I have no real plan of what to do, and it seems like my opponent has this bishop now, which can become a horse, and it's just it's a like a frustratingly good position, it seems like to me, where it feels like I'm ahead, and the engine might agree that, you know, I might have a slight advantage, but like I have no idea how to make anything out of this advantage, and my opponent just slowly improves their position while I struggle. Yeah, it's so difficult.
I think it all comes down to familiarity. I feel
Yeah.
like because it's not really familiar with the position, and I've played, I don't know, like hundreds of games, like where my
Well,
rooks gets traded.
how do you
So
come up
I'm
with
very
that?
familiar.
How did you come up with this idea? Like, did you develop this with the engine? Did you just develop it by trying a lot of times in a game?
I think it's just like a normal Mukai Bisha. It's just that my can I think you can't imagine something like Mino Castle,
Yep.
but the Mino Castle, the formation is one tile left.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, maybe I can share the screen for you if I can show you the
I,
castle.
I'm not sure if it'll show up in the layout here.
Yeah, so no problem. But it's basically like a Mino Castle, but it's towards the left one more
Yeah.
tile. So the goal kind of cover up the middle part where there's like one gap of the
Oh,
space
fascinating.
that was closing it. So there is one space that he can drop, but it will get if he drops there, my goal comes and they need to trade the rook for the bishop again. So
Okay.
The position wise, I feel like I'm more familiar with it. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind playing a bit of a disadvantage for that. And it proves okay because like he also don't know where to drop the rook. And
Yeah.
that's part of my like strategy when I come to that game. And at that time I was like, I'm an all-rounder. I can play anything. It's just that I feel when I needed the most, I feel like Mukai Bisha is like very reliable. It's like
Mm-hmm.
very safe for me. So I just decided on that, and I was Gote, I think, at that time.
Wow.
So after the game, it was really not really. Even after the game, I don't really feel like uh anything because like the tournament itself is basically like me playing another guy that decide the game, and it's not really that competitive as other countries may think. Like if you are in US, oh my god, you need to play against Noah, you need to play against Muse,
Yeah.
you need to play against those very very strong players. It's very hard to qualify even if you are very good. And at that time, I think I'm still like 2 down only. So winning that is okay. It's a good feeling, but it's not really that kind of feeling like oh my god, I win the whole tournament that with strong players. That
Mm.
kind of excitement.
Huh.
So after that game, I feel like wow, I was like, oh, this is like the feeling of playing shogi. Like, you know, after like a long time, you finally found the spark you need. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this is the thing you need for to come play back again. So after because like the qualifiers and the actual event or ISS are like maybe 3 to 4 months apart, I think it's
Okay.
around that kind of period. So I started gradually playing back. So I think at that point I was trying to feel like oh shogi is coming back at some point in Malaysia, so I pick up where Jen left and started to like go back to the shogi club of Kuala Lumpur and started to play there if I have the time.
Yeah.
But at the time I still don't have any cars because I'm still young. I think I was like uh at the tournament I was like 18 years old only.
Okay.
So yeah, and
Wow.
that's like the first time I'm going out of the country other than Malaysia. That's like my first time going out somewhere
Wow.
alone also.
Oh,
So
you went
it was
alone.
very
You went alone to Japan?
yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
my family, my mom was like, "Do you want me to come?" I was like, "No, thank you. I want to go alone." So,
Wow. Wow. Wait,
so
so
it was
do
very.
you how much Japanese do you speak or read? Much or
I can understand, but I can speak a bit, just the normal level, but not
Oh.
really until very extreme. I think I can say I understand shogi Japanese if I want to say something like
Uh-huh.
that. If you speak like normal Japanese, I might worry that I might misunderstand because I'm Chinese, so kanji is not really a big problem. So
Okay.
let's say if the word is formed mostly by kanji, I might understand because it's somewhat similar from to Chinese kanji, Chinese word.
Well, I'm still
So
amazed. Boy, the guts, the courage to leave your country by yourself, go to another country with a different language, play in a tournament at 18. I'm sorry. I'm really
yeah,
impressed.
no problem.
That
That
seems
was also
incredible.
very. I also didn't feel the assignment until like it was like during me going to the tournament. I was like, hey, this is real. I thought it was
Yeah.
like yeah, but you know, when I win the qualifier, I didn't feel real. It was like, oh, is that really a free trip to Japan? There's no way, right? So you don't really feel at that time. I don't really feel like there's any real thing until like, oh, I think it was 11 in November or yeah in
Mm.
November where when I came back from another state to KL to prepare to for the airplane the trip to Japan. I was like, hey, this is kind of real. I'm going there now. That's not real for me. So uh I think during the ISF I when I go to the ISF I booked 1 day early.
Mm.
So since like I go 1 day early and that's like the cheapest flight I have, uh I I got there at midnight of Tokyo, and I was like, I don't want to waste money on the hotels right there. So I might as well just roam around the airport and just
Wow.
chill. So it was a very, very, very fun experience. My first trip to other country, I was already at the airport roaming around, and I think I meet someone, like it's like a tour guide in the airport in Haneda. There's something like that. So I was asking them like, oh, how do I go this venue tomorrow? How do I go this venue tomorrow? I feel like they already annoyed me because I started to ask them at 12 o'clock,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't start asking until it's at the morning already. So I think they're not really frustrated. They are very, very, very welcoming. It's just that I'm very scared and I want to try something new because I'm at Japan. That's like most of
Yeah.
us dream. So I think during the time I also was very sleeper. I was trying to sleep, but it's hard to sleep at the
Yeah.
airport, and you don't feel. Even if it's Japan, you don't really feel safe. So I didn't sleep the whole day, and then I think it was at around 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock when the train started to come back on. Is where I started to go roam around, and the event for the first day is like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, something like that. So I took the time in the morning to try to experience Japan. I think I remember when I was asking the tour guide lady that is there any onsen I want to try. Sometimes you see at the anime there's like a whole group of old men or young kids will be sharing at the puppy bath. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's something new I want to try. Then I was like, okay, I want to go there. Is there any cheap place to go? Then I was like, oh, there's this place here. You want to try? Yeah, like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's do it. So that's also very, very good experience. I
Wow.
remember when I reached the onsen place, the counter was like this in the middle, and then you go. I think boys at the right, and then the girls at the left. So when I reached with the big luggage on, I think the counter lady was like, "Oh, another foreigner. It's hard to speak Japanese." I was like, "Oh, I also know. I'm so sorry." Then I put my luggage on. I take my bathrooms, my clothes, everything. And then I got in, and I paid for the thing. And then it's something you don't really see that often. You saw when you open the door, you saw all the naked old mans in there. You was like, wow, that's okay. That's something new. You never see that. They were also like very shocked. That's like, why is this kid coming here? But I look a bit Japanese, so maybe they are not that shocked.
Okay.
So I was shocked because like, damn, they are really that open. I thought it was not that open, because in the anime they will like have like one cloth like protecting the private part,
Yeah.
but in the real one, they just like go full on blown. They give you like one small like where you wash your face, those kind of cloth. It's not even enough to like cover your
Wow.
waist put around. So you kind of use that to like just scrub off something when you're washing. So I think I was also very shocked because I need to put my dirty clothes on, and when I was like stripping off everything, I was like, do I really want to do it? Then they're like, it's okay. It's just part of culture, right? Then I
Yeah.
just do the bathroom thing. And I'll go try enjoy the culture. It was very fun. And after the onsen, it was very, very it's a very new experience. I think I was at the bathroom. I was kind of laughing at myself, like, why would I do this? Because I think because I at the airport I was very, very sticky. I didn't shower for the whole day, right? So that was very refreshing. After I come out, I was like, yo, that's very refreshing.
Nice.
I'm glad I did that. And then also the culture part was very shocking at that day. So when I got out of the onsen, it's like, oh, it's very refreshing. So I think after I finish the shower, it's already like 9 o'clock. I still have a lot of time, a lot of time. So I was like, oh, when I go to the anime god place is like Akihabara. So I was like, hey, why not I go there? It's just like few station. So I go to Akihabara, but it's still 9 o'clock, so they don't really operate that early. They operate like around 10 to 11.
Okay.
So when I open up, when I go, it's very, you can feel like it's very quiet.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, this is just like the Japan feeling. And also I've never feel a very cold temperature before, because in Malaysia the temperature will always be 30, 20. We don't have winter here.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to Japan, when I go there, it's like 18 degrees, 16 degrees. I didn't really feel that after I got out of the airport. I was like, oh, this is very cold. This is too cold
Wow.
for me.
Yeah.
So even though the sun was like breezing onto my face, I still feel the cold breeze blowing me. So I was not really comfortable with it. So I was like, oh, this is the feeling of going to Japan, something like that. And then when I got past to some anime shop, I didn't buy anything because I want to save.
Mm.
So I got to, after I finished visiting everything, I got to the venue. It was it's a, I think it's Kinone. If I remember the name correctly, it's the new Ichigaya's
Mm-hmm.
Shogi hall. So I went there. I think there's few participants. I think I saw the Portugal's represent. I think his 81 Dojo name is Luciano,
Ah,
if you remember
yes.
correctly, with the dog profile picture. Yeah, he was there, and then I think Koshiro was not there yet. But when I was at the dojo, because the event haven't started, I think I played with the Luciano first. It was a draw, even though the position was a bit winning for him. He
That
didn't
was just
saw
a
it,
casual
and
game.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean we did bet our, because we did write out, we paid for the, we need to pay for the entry, and then
Ah,
we play. So it's kind of like a ranking, if you want to say. But we
yeah.
draw that game. I was kind of good. I was like, oh, we draw. I was 2 done. He was 6 done. Maybe that's a good win for me.
Oof.
Then, oh, I think this is a very memorable thing for me. So after the game, I thought that it was about time to go for the venue thing already. So I was like, oh, trying to prepare. Then suddenly the matchmaker was like, hey, there's this 12-year-old Japanese elementary school kid that wants to play with you. Then I was like,
Mm.
okay. When we matchmaking, he's like, oh, he's one level below you, so you will give him sente. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. So when I played the game, he looks very serious about it.
Uh-huh.
I was just chilling, you know. I was like, it's just a, I think it was just a casual game, and he's like one level below me. But when we started the game, he just, first move is 5-6 4. I think 5-4 or 5-6 4. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh shit, it's Nakamisha again.
Yeah.
I don't really like Nakamisha. I really hate it. So I was like, oh, this girl plays something I really don't like. And then at the middle of the game, I was I was already, I think it was really a bit bad of the position for me. And then the organizer was like, hey, we need to go to this venue already. So it's trying to like tell me to hurry up.
Yeah.
But then I think I made a mistake when I promoted the bishop. And then the kid looked at me like, I think he looked at me like this. I remember the face so clearly. He's like, then he moved the piece. Then I was like, oh, I made a mistake. Then I was like, should I keep playing this? I was like, I think there's no point. Then I
Yeah.
just resigned the game. I was like, that's a very
Yeah.
memorable loss for me. I was like, I lose to a
The
elementary school
kid.
person. That's not real for me, you know. But I was in a rush, so I was like, I have the like, I don't really have the time to think. I was like, I think I just lost here because there's no point of me playing already. It's a bit losing position already. So if I keep playing further, it's also very hard to come back. So I was like, I just when I resigned the game, I just quickly went with the group, and I saw a lot of person like you know, like when you play 81 Dojo for so long and you know all these like for me those foreign players, you just kind of ask around like, yo, are
Yeah.
you Views from 81 Dojo? I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, it's me. Are you Benjamin from Malaysia? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So we kind of like, it's kind of like, it's a kind of like a reunion or something like
Yeah.
that. Since we don't even though we did never met each other before, it's some kind of like family reunion just to see people you know from online and meet up at one place, something like that. So it was a very good experience. The first few hours was, I think the first event was us going to elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
a ex-pros elementary school, and we go there to play with the kids, just like a teaching game, but the whole ISF roster was playing against the kids, so
Wow.
we are playing. And I think at that time I was following the Mexican representative,
Dan.
down one two three
Dan
four,
one two three. Yeah.
if you know him. Yeah, he's a very good friend of mine. So I've been following him for the whole ISF, and then we pair up because it's like two against like 5 kids. So me and down 1 2 3 4 is just go and play, and he always play the Yongo Kaku Senpu, and I know that because we also like did a lot of research on that, so we played together, and then we just played like a very normal game, and then like at the end of the event, it was like, they were asking like if there's any ISF participant that wants to play against the strongest in the kids category. So Dan offers himself to go out and play. I remember this very vividly. So he got good. I think he got Sente, but he forced the 4-5 bishop line. But he didn't play the 4-5 bishop. So basically, he played something. The 4-5 bishop strategy is good for Sente. If you play Go, it's a Gote strategy, but if you know how to counter it, it's good for Sente. But if you make one mistake, it's very hard to come back as Sente. So if you know the line, you'll win. But if you don't know the line, you'll lose very hard. So it's that kind of strategy. But suddenly, when he was doing the line, he suddenly changed the direction to 2-5 bishop, and which is a different, not the same line as 4-5 bishop. 4-5 bishop. So we were all shocked, and then the game just, when he drops the bishop after that, it was just a losing game at that point. We were just kind of laughing a bit. Like, hey, why are you playing this? Why you think this kid is not good enough? Something like that. But it was a very fun moment. It was
How
very
old
funny
was the kid?
when he lose to the kid again.
How
Because
old?
he lost.
How old
I
is
think
the
kid was
kid?
like, it's like elementary, like 12 years old, 11
Okay.
years old. So we was like, hey, you lose to a kid, man. How can you do that? You couldn't win that. Then like we were laughing at him, but we didn't take it to heart. Basically, it's just a funny moment that we have for each other. I was like,
He did
then
really
after the
well
event,
in Group B, I think. He won the Group B of the event.
Yep.
So it must have like made him stronger.
Yeah. I mean before like the qualifier rounds, this is just a pre-event stuff. So he was like, damn, I need to win this tournament. I need to take back my pride. I lose to a kid. I cannot do that. Something like that. So yeah, and then I think we just fast forward a bit, and it was a bit. I think it was at we visit some shrines. Basically, during the time we visit some shrines, we go to like famous shogi places, and we go to the old Kaikan, something like that. And then it was at the night of the day of the second day. I think at the night of the second day, we have like a dinner party before the pre-event party, and then we meet a lot of like, that's when you know like, that is pro shogi player there. I saw Habu sensei, Nakamura sensei. It's like, yo, this is my goat right here.
Nice.
I would want a picture, and I did take a lot of pictures there with the pros, and that was a very good memory also. And then when we ate, it was like, oh my god, you are just discussing, yo, this is Habu sensei, man, you can't believe it, no? Then you just keep talking about it, and then that's the night, and then that night was like the not qualifier, it was the round, the group stage,
grouping, yeah.
So I got paired, if I remember correctly, up with one Australian representative. I am sorry, I forgot his name. And then I think there's one player I didn't play because of the rules later, but I think it was I kind of forgot about it, but let's just forget about it because I kind of forgot what's the group stage already. But I think there's one 3-down player, which is he's the organizer of Shogi League. But Adam, if I remember correctly, it's Adam, who was at my group. So before the match, which is tomorrow morning, I was a bit worried because like I haven't played that much. I'm not really good anymore. So I was like, hey, I'm kind of worried like I will lose at the group stage and like bring shame or something like that. If you understand what I mean. So, but I didn't think much. I didn't like overplay shogi or something. I was like, let's just chill and enjoy the event and play my best shogi tomorrow instead of just blitzing today and then doing something last minute. So I was like, well, let's just sleep. I think then the day I sleep very early. I think it was like 8 o'clock. I already slept. It was a very very long day for me.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep at all. So after that, it was the match tomorrow. It was very. I remember the venue was very. There's a bus coming to fetch all of the ISF representative, and then when we go to the event, you can see like the
So
flags.
you all stayed in the same hotel, or mostly,
Yeah, we
or
all stay in the whole, all
okay?
stay in the hostel. So at the breakfast, we will eat together. I think the first
Oh,
day I ate with
nice.
Luciano, the Portugal
Yeah.
representative, and we talk about a lot. It's very new. It's like very fresh. Have you ever sit on the table and talk about shogi? I haven't did that for a long time. And I was like, I never do that. I was like, oh, that's so new. And I was like, you just introduce yourself to someone you don't know, and then like, oh, that's some very new stuff I've never did that for so long already. So yeah, we talk about something. Oh, so like, oh, are you this guy? You just try to confirming like, are you this guy from 81 Dojo? Are you this guy from 81 Dojo? So yeah, after like all the introduction and everything, it was the match. I don't remember others match. I think I remember some very strong players. So I am friends with Umbria, the seven dan in 81 Dojo, and then I also know Wong, which is Muse,
Mhm.
Michael Wang, I think is his name. So I think we three. I think at one point, if I remember, my memory serves me right, we go out on somewhere and buy some drinks just to. We were trying to find out where to eat,
Yeah.
but we was like, let's just chill on the convenience and buy something. That's like
Wow.
the memory the three of us go.
Yeah.
And then during the match, I think the venue, you can feel like the venue is very competitive because like you can see your flag, your flag is under, and another people's flag was crossing together. It's like, yo, you need to win that, no?
Awesome.
You feel the pressure, right? So it's like, damn, I need to win this. Then I remember my first game was I was playing Yagura game with the Australian representative, and I
Mm.
won. And the second game, I mistake at the beginning, and I lost to Nakabisha again.
Oh.
So yeah, the early mistake caught me off guard, and like I was a bit down at that point because like I feel like I can win him because like some part of my brain is like I cannot lose to a Nakabisha player because I really hate them. So whenever I see a Nakabisha player, I was like, okay, you're not gonna win this. But I just mistake it, and I was like, cannot do it. Then I was feeling down, and then after the two games, we have a break. So after the two rounds, the two wins will goes to Group A, and the two losses will go to the Group B,
Yes.
and the one win one loss will need to play another round.
Yes.
So when I was eating, when it was lunch, I was feeling very down. I think at that point I was very down. I was like, I couldn't like win. I feel very down. I have no appetite to eat. I didn't eat. I think I remember I didn't eat at all. So I was like wondering like, oh, what am I doing like the previous game, something like that. Then uh when I when everyone finished the lunch and I just didn't eat, I just put it, and I didn't eat. I just take it back home to hotel, and then the match was about to when the match was about to start. I saw like the bracket was kind of like interchanging. So the group A will fight the group B's one win one loss, something like that. So that's why I don't remember the last player from my group because I didn't play against him. So I remember the last game very vividly. I played with some the UK representative. I forgot the name. I can pull out the form, but I don't remember his name. Maybe I will just pull out the form just out of respect. It was a UK representative. Let me see. His name is. So the Australian representative was Kai, and then the. Let me see. It was Felix. So I paired my last game of the group stage against Felix. So the last game, I also feel it's like a very very big pressure for me because if I lose, I go to Group B, and if I win, I go to the Group A. So I was very hesitant to play. I think I wasted like 5 minutes just to think what should I do at the opening. The game is already started already, and I'm still very hesitant on what I was playing.
Wow.
And then I remember something that when I always feel very, very pressured when I play, or I'm very, very not confident or doing anything, I play Mukai Bisha. So at that point, he gave me a chance. He pushed the pawn twice. I think when he pushed the pawn first, the rook pawn first, I opened the bishop line. I was like, okay, if he push one more time, I'm going Mukai Bisha straight. Then when he did do the pawn push twice, I was like, I was still a bit hesitant if I want to do, because I really didn't play that line for so long already, and I'm not really confident. I was like, yeah, I was like at that point I was like, why not? I'm not really confident already. This is like the thing I believe in last time. So I did play the Mukai Bisha, and it was just a normal variation where the goal is at 3-2.
Okay. So you're like, your order is, he pushes the pawn twice, you go bishop 3-3, and then rook 2-2. Just
Yep.
Okay.
I don't play any weird lines. I just play the most normal one at that time.
Okay.
So after I decided to play Mukai Bisha, the game it's just a normal game. It's just that it's not really that special. But what's special to me is that when I played the game, it's always, because when you play Furi Bisha as Gote or anything, you know you're losing, you're playing on a disadvantage every time if you are the engine player. I'm more towards of a engine player type player. So when you play Furi Bisha, you're on a very disadvantage, not very, but a disadvantaged position. So you're trying to basically win back your position. So at that time I was feeling very pressured because I want to have the lead in the early, but I was playing something that just lose my lead at the early. So when I played the game, I was very cautious. I was not playing like what I was when I was playing at 81. I just blitz out the move. I didn't think for a second time. So the game I played very, very seriously. I was like, I think I was at one point I was feeling I was losing, but the position was not lost. It's just that I am feeling like at a few more lines I would lose. So I tried to make a very, very, I think I made a decision that point. I sacked my bishop. I sacked my bishop. I sacked my knight for the pawn, and then I started pushing. It's a basic strategy on Mukai Bisha. Is that at the time was a very big decision for me, because like, do I really want to go for it? I'm playing with a knight down. Should I do it? Because I know it's a good, it's a strategy, it's part of Mukai Bisha, but it's a very big decision for me because
it's still hard to make the move in an important game.
Yeah, it's a shobute basically.
Yeah.
So when I do that, I was like, okay, I need to win from this position. Then I think gradually after a very, very hard middle game and end game, I won. And I feel very relieved. Like I got to play on Group A, which is, for me, I think is very
amazing.
It's a good achievement. It's a good Group A is very hard players, all very strong players. So I feel very, very nice. And then at the day, they've started to draw for the Group A, and I remember I was thinking to myself like, damn, I do not want to, all the Group A players are so strong.
Yeah.
It's like Umbreon, there's Muse, there's Koshiro, there's two China guys that's very strong. Then I was like, damn, I really don't want to pair against strong players. Just give me someone on my level and I maybe can win him. Then at that point I was like, I got a very rare number 1, I think it's number 1 or number 9, I forgot. But it was the number. I was like, yo, please, man, I want someone that is my level. I don't want to play against strong players at that time because I want to win the.
Well, everyone is strong there. Everyone
is strong. So I was like, just give me someone that's my level and I will be fine. So I played. I think, at that time I paired out against Noah, but I didn't know Noah was very strong at that point because I don't really know him, and I stopped playing Shogi for a while. So I saw Noah and I got paired up with Noah, and I was like, oh, okay. Someone was like at my age. I think he was like, at that time, 2024, is like 16 years old.
16,
or 17 years old.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, someone like my age. So I tried to like, before the game, I tried to communicate with him. But I think he's a very shy person, so he didn't like give me any response. Yeah, so I remember the game was very hard. I was winning at one point. It was a very hard winning early game for me. I've never played so. It's like what you mentioned. I played not a pussy castle, but I played very, very defensively. I didn't give any opening or for my opponent. I didn't go for any reckless move. But maybe that was the point I lose. I started to like lost confidence because like if I don't go for anything risky, you just lose gradually. Because I scared of risking something, I lost the whole position, and I was on a time scramble. Remember, it's a
What was the
Gote
time control?
Faru.
What was the time control? I can't
30
remember.
minutes or 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 seconds, something like that.
Okay.
I think it's 30 minutes, 60 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
66 POB. And I was at time crunch. I was winning the position. I remember I have like 4 tokens at his base. I remember very vividly. But I at the end game I missed one bishop move, and I saw the position. I was like, oh, this is very lost. Then I was like, hey, damn. At that point, like when I saw the losing position, I was like, did I just really lose this game? So I feel very down at that point. And then I was like, I need to resign, right? And I resigned. I think both of us are very, I don't know if he's shaking, but I think both of us are very shaking because like the game is very up and down. So I was shaking. I was like, yo, I like a good game, and I was like, I don't know if I remember if I did any post game and this, but we both know that I have a very good lead early, just that I didn't convert it, and we just talk about the end game position where how do I block the bishops for coming into the base. So yeah, it was then and there I got like knockout for the group stage, the group stage rather
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
knockout
Single
stage,
elimination is so difficult, especially
and
you
then
get
it was.
matched up against someone who's everyone is so good.
Yeah,
It's
I
tough.
didn't know how strong he was because I don't really go and check people's rank before I play the
Yeah.
game. I was like, oh, this guy is so young. I think he might be very creative or something like that. But I was like, then I play after the game. Even I feel like even after if I win Noah, it's not that easy to play because the next game I play against the
The
champion
champion.
of the
Yeah.
tournament, the champion of the tournament. So I don't know if I want to feel relief that I didn't win Noah or I feel bad, but I was at that time I was very down because I lost something I can win. So I was feeling down. I was like, well, I think I bought like already 3 bottles of the ocha,
Uh-huh.
the tea from Japan. I keep buying from the vending machine. I keep going out the venue and buying from the vending machine. I was keep drinking like beer. I was like, this is so stressed. This is so stressed. And then I think I was very down. And then at one point when I go out after the game, there's someone from the Malaysia side that comes to the venue. He's Japanese, but he came to the venue just to see me play.
Uh-huh.
Then I didn't know because it was his family, and I'm not really familiar with his family. It's just that when I go there and then when I go out of the venue, he says like, "Oh, are you Benjamin from Malaysia? Oh, we are Miyoshi from Malaysia. Do you remember?" I'm not really on the mood. I was like, I don't know who is that. Then I was
Yeah.
like, I don't remember names. Then when he showed the face of the guy, I was like, oh, this guy I know from Japan Club. I was like,
Awesome.
yeah. Oh, we are family. He speaks to me in very basic English. Then he's like, oh, we are his family members. He heard that you have a tournament here, so we came and support you. I was like, at that time I was like, do I really need to feel down because like there's some people actually from Malaysia that comes and like visit me, like basically like supporting me.
Yeah.
So I was at that point I was like, wow, okay, I don't feel any sadness anymore. I was like, yeah, I'm just at this point I was like thinking like, oh, I'm just thankful that I'm in this event. It's
Yeah.
not at some point I just feel like the win doesn't matter anymore because like it's the experience you had there that is what it matters. So
That's
after like the conversation, I was like, yeah, oh, I don't feel that bad about losing anymore. I was like,
yeah.
I did give my best, but even
That's
if
a
I lose,
once in a life. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity almost. And I mean, you made it to Group B, and you play you get a match against an incredible player, and then you have all this other experience. Like it's incredible. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
yeah, I also have my fair share of doubt. Like, oh, if I didn't win on the group stage, maybe I have a better chance on Group B because
Mm.
Group B is more easier compared to Group A. But because the because Dan win at Group B, I was like, oh, maybe I could also be a finalist in Group B. Something like that always comes to my mind
Mm.
whenever I talk about ISF. But is there really a point to say? Is there really a point of thinking that? I don't think so because like it's the journey when I play against the people, is the thing.
Yeah.
So after the match and after the visit of the Malaysian player and the Japanese player in Malaysia, I just feel very 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 happy that I just have the chance to participate in here. If I have not come here, I wouldn't have even experienced this kind of like grief or something like that. I
Yeah.
feel for the game. So at that point, I feel like, I actually found back my passion already. I did feel frustrated when I lose the game. It's not like now currently when I lose the game, I was like, I lost game.
Yeah.
I made 3. I was like, okay, let's boot up another game. Something like that. I actually feel bad that I lose a game. So at that time, I was after the stage. If you lose, you just lose. You just have
Yep.
no more chance anymore. So at that it was kind of free, if you lose, you have nothing to do tomorrow already. So if you win, you have to play another grueling. I feel like that. I think most of us agree that the format is very unforgiving because you
Yes.
need to play 3 games, basically 3 hours of shogi,
Yeah.
3 different people. Your form will eventually drop, and that's why I'm very surprised that the winner is not someone I know because the strong players I know is Muse, Umbreon, but
Koshiro, Muse.
Koshiro. But
Y-
I think Koshiro did get third place, and Muse also did get second place. Umbreon didn't get because he lost to Muse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the shocking part. Like, this guy from China wins. I was like, hey, I don't know this guy, but
Yeah.
I did come to know him at the end of the event where he's trying to ask for something. So it's a very good event because like a lot of people during the event. You meet someone you haven't seen before, but
Mm.
you feel like it's a family already. At
Yeah.
that point, you saw, oh my god, this is Muse. I never seen this guy before. I seen this guy on stream before. I was like, he's
Yeah.
kind of good. I was like, hey, wanna talk? Something like that. Then we just talk it out. Then he blur out the chat. I remember one because there's one at one point at the start of the pre-event, you need to introduce yourself. So I think at that time, Muse, and Umbreon was talking to each other and like, what are we gonna do on the introduction? And then we was like, we were keep talking like, just introduce normally, something like that. And then when it was Muse's turn, he just came out and blurred the Chinese out. I was like, whoa, this guy knows Chinese. Because I think his family is Chinese. It's just that because he's in US, he don't really use Chinese that much.
Yeah.
So when he blurs out the introduction in Chinese, I'm like, yo, this guy blur out Chinese. There's no way. I think you can ask him about that. I think he still remember about that.
Oh, that's
I was
funny.
very shocked. I was like, yo, you didn't talk to me in Chinese before because 3 of us know Chinese, but we speak in English because that's the common language. So it's very weird that 3 Chinese people just didn't speak Chinese together. So I think after the event, because like if you're lost, you don't get to play on I think it's the next, basically the next qualifier. I think Noah did play on the next qualifier, basically the next day.
Yeah.
And then when the loser goes to the old Kai Khan and
Yes.
play with the other players. And I think I remember very vividly that if you win 3 games, you get a fan. But I didn't bother to play 3 games because it was very long. I just go play the teaching game with Nakamura Sensei.
Mm.
I got a lot of things I can share with you on my trip to there because I have. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I have something. So yeah, I did save up.
Oh, cool. Oh, the badge. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah. So the
you know,
bag.
I didn't go to ISF, but you know, I've been to the United States Shogi Championship, and I still have my name badge.
I see.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very good. You see your name. So this is like
Yeah. Yeah.
mostly
Oh,
the
very
thing.
cool. So
So
yeah, it's
it's a
got the
very, very
country. It
precious to
shows
me.
it's in Japanese, and oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And then this is I think it's a very long story because this is the one at the last day of the event where you play a Simon game with all the Shogi Pro players.
Move it to your right a little. It's okay. Yeah. 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 So
But I
so
think it's
that's
very
the ticket for playing.
a Simon game with all the Shogi
Ah,
pros.
okay.
So
Oh, so
basically
you were
they
number
turn a
79 in
round.
that simul.
Yeah, there's 100 players
Yeah.
in that venue. So the next one is where I didn't continue playing the third 3 game. I played with the pros This is Nakamura Taiji
Ah, yeah,
Sensei.
Taiichi Nakamura. Oh,
This
that's
is
so
the
cool. Okay.
yep.
Oh, so
So
cool.
I still remember the game, and then I think
Did
this
you
one is the
record any of
most.
your games?
My friend, my Japanese friend did record the game, but I think it will be hard to pull up. I think I have the history. It's just
Hmm.
that if I need to find it, it's kind of hard. And this is like the thing you need to say. Oh, because the pro don't know you if you have played your move or not.
Oh,
So you need
interesting.
to you
Okay, so
need
you
to turn
put a
around.
sign. Ah, so
Yeah,
you flip a card saying if you've played your move. Ah,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it says
So
under
they will know
construction.
if they want to play the move or they need to wait for you.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's very funny. And then I think the last one, the most crazy one is I have the Habu's name card.
Oh, yeah, it's like a business card. So Habu.
Yeah, a business card.
Oh, that's so
So
cool. So they walk
I
around
remember
with
because
those.
at the pre-event I was asking if I can have a signature,
Uh
but
huh.
I think most of the pros don't give you signature. But
Yeah.
he said I can give you a business card instead. I was like, yeah, why not? Give me the
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
card. I was like, yeah, give me
Is
that.
the
I got
reason
this.
because they sell the autographs on fans and
I
things like that?
I I think it's because like uh I don't know, but mostly they don't really sign anything because
Ah,
they scared of resellers or something like that. So they normally will give business card if it's possible. So I think
okay.
this one is much more valuable than the
That's
sign, I
cool.
think.
That's very cool.
So yeah, this is like all the things I get from the pros.
So what an
So it's something I've
experience. So
yeah, it's a very
this
good
experience has this made you train harder since then, or you're like has it changed your shogi like into nowadays?
yeah, I do feel that after the event, I have that passion again to
Uh-huh.
come back and it's like, yeah, okay, maybe as someone representing Malaysia, I need to like have that like image to have like be very passionate about this game. Or else like if you are not a very passionate leader, no one will follow you, something like
Yeah.
that. So at that point, I was like, okay, I need to actually kind of study hard. I did study hard before the game. Is
Mhm.
that maybe it's not that good or haven't like refined it that much. So at that point, I was like, okay, I need to like go somewhere where I can really train, really train. Then I was like, oh, I remember one side that is very competitive, and I was like, let's go to Shogi Club 24. So after the event,
Wow.
I don't know drag the event, but the event was very fun. It's very fun. It's something you can't experience again, but you would want to experience multiple times.
Yeah.
That's what I would sum up to. So after the event, when I came back, I was like, oh, I really want to play back Shogi right now. So I was thinking where I can play because 81 Dojo players at some point, I don't know if you would feel this, but I played like 5,000 games. I
I
know
saw.
most of the 3, 4 down players' strategy. So I was like, I want to find something new, someone that's like something I don't know. So
Yeah.
I go to Shogi Club 24 and play. Uh, I played very long until like the end of my diploma, which is almost current time already. So after I reached like the peak of 2 dan at Shogi Club 2024, I stopped because I can't really climb to 3 dan. 3 dan is kind of hard. I don't know
Well,
why. I
gosh, two
always
down's incredible. Yeah, yeah, the
a bit
wow. Okay.
So I got a bit stuck at the 2 to 3 dan the promotion there. I was like, yeah, I was like, maybe I'll stop play at Shogi Club 24 because I was basically blitzing already because I would do the same thing where I continue blitz and I don't really have the time, not really have the time, but I don't really have the patience to play 15 minutes.
Hmm.
So I was like, at that point I was like, I've done my diploma, I've did everything, and then like some new players came in the Shogi Club, and then I was thinking like, what should I do? Like, do I want to like continue playing Shogi Club 24 or do something new? And I started first to come back to continue like being a regular back to the Shogi Club at Kuala Lumpur. So I played and I met Daisuke, very nice person. He's a very good friend of mine. I think after the Shogi event, I think I've become uh, more and more active at the shogi scene. So basically, somewhere that's not in Japan. Let's say I've gone to 2 other countries after this. So after the event in shogi this year, I think it's around I think it's February or April. I forgot which month is it. I go to Vietnam and then I played on the Asia branch tournament, which is like
Oh, it was
it's
held
like a
in
team
Vietnam
battle.
or
Yeah, it was held in
oh,
Vietnam.
awesome.
So it's basically like most of the Asia countries battle out in a team battle, which is 3-on-3. So basically, you play 3-on-3, and then the team with the most win advance. And the shocking thing is Malaysia get number 2, which is very shocking
So it was it
because
you and Champion Red and
Champion didn't come because I did invite him first, but he said he has no time and don't have the budget for it. And then we don't really have any players. That's the thing. Like at that point, we still really don't have players for even 3 players. At that time during the organizer, he was like 5 players for the team. So it's like 5-on-5. I was like, how the hell we get 5 players? We don't
yeah.
even have 2 players in Malaysia. So me and Dasgray was like kind of like uh finding players like, hey, who should we find, man? Then I was like, oh, how about this guy from Malaysia? There's a Fordan Malaysia. I don't know. I did try to contact him before, but he didn't really respond. And then like, oh, this guy is actually from Malaysia. He's also a Japanese player. Japanese people from Malaysia. So why not you invite him? That's like, why not you invite him? Right? When we invite them, we 3 met up on KL. It's very new. It's someone. I feel like someone that it looks like you. You know, the person is like you. This guy. When I saw you for the first time, like, ooh, is this him? Then we met up. We play some shogi. Then we decide on like what to do on the tournament, like what plan the trip on Vietnam. And then I think I also met Trong, the one you interviewed in
Yep.
Vietnam, a long time at ISF already. So I did ask him for some advice, like what to do in Vietnam, something like that. So and at the event we didn't expect much because like we put out we have like 3 things. We have like 3 positions. So there's like Osho, and then there's like general, and then there's like something like it's like a position, like the strongest go to the Osho, something like that, where we were deciding where to put each of us. But
Uh,
then they decided on putting me on the strongest one. I was like, I'm not that strong. I mean, at that point I was like 3 to 4 down, so us 3 was like very same level.
mm,
But because during the meetup when we played, I win both of them. So they decided that I was the also was like, I can't win strong players. But we was like, it doesn't really matter, just win our game basically. And we don't really have high hopes at all because
yeah.
other teams are very strong, very very strong. Like Singapore, you can say Umbria is
Yeah.
still there, and then like Vietnam is also very strong, Thailand is also very strong, Hong Kong is also very strong. So when we go there and play it out, we don't really expect to win anything.
Mm.
So and I was like, maybe we are just like a middle team, basically like a 4th to 5th place finish team. So we didn't really expect when we get number 2. Basically, the event went very smoothly for us. We won number 2. We lost to Singapore at the final
Ah,
match.
wow.
I lost to another Nakabisha player again.
Oh, you didn't play Umbreon.
I did. So I thought I was playing with Umbreon because at the final match he was at the opposite team, but he put himself at the second position, which he
Ah,
played against Daisuke-san. So I played against another Singapore player. He's very strong. Nakabisha player again, and I
wow.
lost to the Nakabisha player again. And then and that's when I was like, and that time was like that was an actual grief because if I win him, we will get number 1.
Mm.
So when I lost to the Nakabisha again, I was like, damn, do I really lose to Nakabisha every time? It's like a very curse. It's like a curse on me that every time I met a Nakabisha player, I lost.
I think everyone
So
everyone must have an opening that they just don't do well against. Maybe.
I feel that same way also. Like I tried to find every, I can show you if I can, but my whole YouTube history, I put Japanese, I put English, I put everything like Nakabisha, Thai soccer, basically countermeasure.
Hmm.
I watch every single one. I know every single one. There's Mariama, Vaccine. There's like 3-7. There's Chosoku. There's
Chosoku Gaming,
everything.
yeah.
I learned everything already, and I still cannot play against it. I was like, what is the problem with the Nakamisha? But then I was like, after the event, it's still a very good event. I'm just trying to downplay, not downplay. I'm just trying to like simplify it because it's very long. Basically, the event is like it's the same as ISF. I meet the same people. The Vietnam group, most important. The whole Vietnam Shogi Club players, I know most of them. Like Bao Touch, the Viet Meijin,
Yep.
and True, which I know him since ISF. So we already have a very good contact already. So meeting them again was like, oh, it's like meeting a long lost friend again.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very good experience. Like we went out and talk. We was asking like, oh, what to eat, because we never been to Vietnam. Then like after the event was like, oh, it's still like a very like a dream, something like that, because like you got to go so many places. After I joined ISL, I got to go to so many countries I had never been to before.
That's
So
amazing.
it was very good experience, and you get to play shogi. That's the thing. So every time I go to this kind of new country, like the shogi passion keeps like renew. The fire keeps renewing. So after the event, like during the event, they announced that there's also after the event, then there's the Singapore event. It was just over at like September or August when I go. So it was just last month. Last month.
And you
It was
went.
the start of like. So we go to Singapore with me and Daisuke only this time. It was it's not a tournament or something. It's just that we go there and we participate in the Singapore event, which
Okay.
Fuji. So if you know,
Fuji
the
Soto.
old,
Wait.
the Osho. I think it's the Oza. Sorry, it's the Oza Sen. So before the
Yes.
participant was even like not participant, like the challenger was even announced. It was already set to be set in Singapore. So the Singapore sites, my friends asked us because we are just neighbors. Singapore and Malaysia is just geographically it's just beside to each other. So they asked us if you want to join the Oza Sen, because it's like, to us it's also the first time, right, to join this kind of title match event.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, why not? Then after that was before the challenger was Takumi Ito sensei. So at that time, I remember very vividly. It's like, yo, Habu is gonna win. Maybe he will be the challenger of the Oza, and if he did challenge the Oza, he have the chance to get the first 100-term Oza. If you know. So at that time, I was like, I was hoping for Habu to win, because
I think a lot of people were hoping. I remember that. Yeah.
That's a very historic moment. If he wins, there has a chance he get the 100-term of Oza. So I was like, yeah, but he didn't win. But I was like, hey, it's also fine. The other challenger was also very strong. He's a very defensive player also. Takumi Ito is a very, very strong player. He's the only player that win Fuji Sota in the title match. So it's a good like good challenger. So when we go there and when we go to the Singapore, and I just keep experiencing new stuff. Like I've never been to a capsule hotel before, and I tried in Singapore.
Wow.
It was a very, very weird, because I always live like privately, and I don't really like share with someone facilities. So when I first been to the capsule hotel, I was like, oh my god, this is so hot. I can't believe the echo is so hot. And I was like, but I get like used to it. Then I keep meeting new person. That's the most fun part. It's like I keep meeting new person in each country. Like in Japan, I met someone who invented a shogi war strategy. If you maybe you haven't played before, but it's called Nanakawa Ryu Mukai Bisha. It's a new sample, and I met the inventor. And I was like, yo, this guy was the inventor of one of the effect. That's crazy. Then I know him. Then we become friends. We played before. It's a very, very good experience. And then at Vietnam, I know like there's a shogi AI top champions, finalists. He comes to explain about shogi. Then you get a lot of experience about how shogi AI works, how it even like how do they think basically is what the main thing is, and how because for me, I'm a computer science student, so this kind of AI thing is basically part of my profession. So I did ask that, oh, how does it work, something like that. So you keep getting new experience other than shogi in this kind of events. So that's why I feel like it's the most precious stuff. And at the tournament, at the Ozasen watch party in Singapore, I get to meet again Fuji again, and then met Takumi Ito Sensei again, and then I met a lot of new pros and that I haven't seen at the ISF before. Like I've met Taichi Nakamura again at the Singapore ISF, and then uh, Makoto Kita was kind of pioneer of this kind of event at the outside. So you kind of keep getting new and old shogi pros players that you keep meeting up, and you kind of like know each other. It's like very
Yeah.
new. It's like, how do you say this? Maybe like 3 years ago, I would never have thought that I would have a kind of a relationship with shogi pros.
That's
You would never feel
incredible.
like
Yeah.
that, you know. And then you like when I pull up the second time when I meet Taichi Nakamura, I was like, oh, you are the one that represent Malaysia shogi. I was
Oh
like, oh, I was
wow.
like, I'm getting remembered by
He
a shogi pro.
remembers.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Yeah.
That's
You'll feel
amazing.
something like that. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think
so
that's
Shogi has been great to you. Like you've had all these experiences through Shogi around the
yeah. I feel
world.
like
Oh,
this past 1 to 2 years has been very kind to me. I met a lot of very nice people that helped me through shogi difficulties or life
wow.
difficulties. So I feel like I'm blessed because these people makes this kind of event happen. So after all this event, I was thinking like maybe I should try something new on the Malaysia side, because the Malaysia side still at this current moment haven't been progressing much. So for now, we tried I tried to ask from the Singapore side to maybe like collab something on a international school. So basically, it's like I can't say much, but basically it's like trying to teach the kids how to play shogi in the international school in Malaysia. So basically that's like the first step what we're trying to do to build up this kind of player base in Malaysia. That's what we are trying to do currently. And yeah, I feel like I didn't do much yet because I it's still in at the process of it, and I feel like because I'm still quite young and I don't really have the how do you say it? Like the how do you say this? Maybe like the ability to make something that great yet. So still trying my best to like keep Shogi Malaysia on the float, I guess you can say. Wait, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we've
Uh,
been going for over an hour and 40 minutes here, and I feel like like I say this every time. I feel like we can keep going on, but I would like to sort of close it up here, just to give us room to talk about something else in the future.
yeah, sure.
But is there anything you want to say, like sort of in closing? This has been such an incredible talk. I love the passion, and I love how the just these experiences have come out only in the past few years through shogi. But like, is there anything else you wanted to talk about, or or any or can anyone contact you somewhere if they want to?
I'm very like accessible. You know, you can. I have a lot of username. I think that's the very bad part. So you can find me on Discord. If you are in Shogi Harbor, I'm 5 cube with some Joseki knowledge. I think of that name
I
very
saw
cool.
that.
I feel
That's
like it.
funny.
And then you can also find me on Instagram, or even if you are interested in anything about Shogi Malaysia, you can just visit us on any of the social media like Facebook,
I'll
Instagram.
put these
That's Shogi
links.
Malaysia.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
put all the links in the show notes.
yeah. So if you want to have like any collaboration or anything, yeah, please contact us. We really help. We will be very happy if anything comes up Shogi related in Malaysia.
All right. Oh well. Well, thank you so much for this. I'm so excited to play. Just coming out of hearing you talk about it, I'm so excited to play, and thank you for sharing all this.
Yeah, no problem. It was a very good experience. It's it's like a memory that keeps like coming back whenever I talk to someone new on Shogi. This is a very good memory to keep producing keep talking about.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you. I will see you later. Thank you, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe. Check out the links in the notes, and I hope everyone enjoys this. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.